Hey Libra, welcome to Nova Hill. My name is Capabella and I'm here to do an intuitive reading for you to see what's going on, what's the vibe, what you need to hear, okay? If this resonates, then take it with you. And if it doesn't, leave it where it's at. And let's get started on your reading, Libra. So let's see what we have for Libra. I was thinking of Reba. I think her last name is McIntyre, but yeah, the one with the TV show, the musician. So you could be going on a TV show. You could watch Reba when you was growing up. Could be an actress, an artiste. Okay, that's what I'm hearing for Libra. Could have right here. Okay, let's see what we have for Libra at this time. What do they need to know? Okay, and one more for Libra. Okay, perfect. All right, Libra. So we have toxic, puzzled, and stagnant. Okay. So maybe there's a lot of things that's going on in your life, maybe a lot of drama, conflict, arguments, okay, and it's leaving your mind scattered and not focused on what you need it to be on, right? Maybe you have some toxic people that you have to work around with that's like scattering different messages in your perception in your brain, and it's leading you to nowhere. It's leading you actually stagnant, feeling uh what is it, unenergized? I don't even think that's the word, but like it's making you feel like you're not energized enough to do what you're supposed to be focused on. And I think at this time you need to clear your mind, meditate. But let's see what the tarot has for you when clarifying these cards. Basically right now you just feel frozen, stuck, and don't know what to do, and your thoughts could be racing at this time. All right, let's see, why is this happening for Libra? Maybe many people are pulling you into different directions as well, and it's either leading to a bunch of drama or the other direction is leading you nowhere. Okay, so let's see, why is this happening for Libra? Let me get a past card. Thank you. Present. Oh, I'm going to take the one that landed up. Okay, and in future, maybe, like I said, a lot of things going on at this time. All right, Libra. So what I'm seeing here is that in the past you had maybe a substantial amount of money, the way you were doing things, it showed a lot of wealth for you. But I do see now in this present time, you're defending your power, your wealth, whatever you need to do to keep upholding that long-term stability. And what we have in the near future is feeling like you have to emotionally lose something in order to gain a better clarity, okay? Using more head over heart, but as well as feeling like you might have some mixed emotions coming in the near future because you are currently, defending from being blocked or having all these arguments or stagnation, and maybe you're just trying to fight against through that. So let's clarify these cards. So let's start with the 10 of Pentacles for your past. Libra, whatever I can see already is that you need to do things from your heart, okay? Well, you was feeling like you was the ish back then, right? Back then they didn't want me, but it looked like back then they wanted you, okay? Now I'm feeling like you're not feeling so hot, okay? They not on you now. Why is that? They might be on you in a way of conflict and drama. I gotta get some new tarot cards. These getting stuck. Okay, let's see. Why the 7 of Wands for present for Libra? Okay. Okay. And then future Ace of Cups in reverse for Libra. One more. There we go. Finally. I thought nothing was coming out. So also in your future, in a sense that overall your energy is going to be in the Emperor status, right? That's somebody that has a business, somebody that's very wise. They're the leader of the pack. They could be older, gain wisdom through experience, right? Have employees, teaching others, mentoring others, the father of the spread, right? You could be a father, right? Or you could be like a father figure to people, right? So at this time, right, what I'm seeing here for your past with the Ten of Pentacles, right? You had that long term stability. Maybe you had the family that you thought you wanted, the pets, the relationship. You're probably your family, your grandparents was giving you a lot of wisdom at this time. But maybe this is what's influencing also your future choices because this is what you want or what you already have. Okay. So, like, already had. I feel like there's some sense of lost here. So that's why you're kind of puzzled and confused. And I feel like you're trying to get it back. So, with that past energy of this long term stability, you were on top of your game. You were creative. Like I said, you could have did something in the arts and music. And then also we have the strength here, which is also Leo energy, right? So you could have had some type of sort of fame. You could have been had some type of temperament with your emotions, keeping them balanced, but also having the strength to have the willpower and determination to keep on going to make this kind of money, to make this type of happy home stability and be confident, right? So, as we use those influences in the past to come to the present, there is some type of financial significant loss where you do have new opportunities. Maybe you're being a student at this time, like you had to backtrack because you were probably losing some of this fame, fortune, your finances and stuff, right? So maybe you had to reinvent the wheel with all these changes that's going on in your life. So I'm seeing that you are studying hard, defending your long-term stability, your power. You're trying to get on top, less than the fame, but more in the being the student, being mentored by somebody, and also recovering from things that you have lost, probably gaining more insight to spirituality as well, as everything was just about the material wealth, right? And the physical, the outside, looking like for like, moving forward, looking ahead, but in physical and material terms. Now that you have that's taken away from you substantially. Now you got to look within. What's the skills and the knowledge that you can bring on to having this long term stability in an emotional way, right? And also, as well as, like I said, spiritual, right? Even you watching this reading here is helping you improve to rebuild your spiritual power, right? To start praying more, all right? Talking to the universe, talking to God. Um, Being able to not just only focus on finances, but also learning how to deal with finances better so you won't lose it as quick as you did, right? Because there's a lot of fast energy over here, but it's still the long term energy there. Is just now you have to defend for it in a different way. Okay. And then as for your future spread, like I said, you kind of feel blocked right now from being this emperor energy. You don't feel like you can be there as of yet, but you will be there, right? But you have to get through this block. And that's by getting rid of all of the negative thoughts and looking at other people's perceptions. You might hear a lot of conflict, opinions, a lot of advice that's given to you from different places, but it's like you're wearing a blindfold, right? It's like you're listening to all of these things when it's not true. You need to look within, pray about it, talk to God about it, talk to yourself about it, and see what the right answers come up for you in order to change this perception of self doubt, right? All this emotional loss, okay? Feeling maybe some traumas that you had in the past, starting to release them and let them go. People might start triggering that up in you to come out. You have to learn how to take it out, as well as not overly spending, learning how to nurture your home, right? Because you had the financial stability, you had that wealth, but you could have lost it carelessly. And now learning how to rebuild, which brings you to when you start learning or what you don't know, that brings more confidence than what you had in the past, right? And that's an emotion, right? That turns into a happier emotion when you know what you're doing and taking the action to do it, right? So you had a lot of masculine energy in the past. Now you got to dig into your feminine energy. And that just means learn how to attract abundance instead of chasing it, okay? That hustle mentality, even if you have to have that hustle mentality, start learning, taking courses, studying, praying about it, right? And sometimes you have to let go of things that you cannot control to let it come back to you in the way that you want. Now, let's see what is. Hey Libra, this is Caparella from Nova Hill. I'm just doing your part two to see what is your lasting advice when it comes to the spread we have here from the last video. If you haven't seen it, go look at that one first and then come back to this one. So, your overall future energy is the Emperor, okay? And I was saying how you get there is from being knowledgeable about finances, instability, right? As well as releasing negative emotions, self doubts, thoughts and stuff like that and other people's opinions, changing your perspective. That's the only way you can manifest this emperor energy, being the boss, being a boss daddy, right? Boss lady, right? Focusing on not just material goods, but also just your family stability structure, being wise, being knowledgeable, like you're the father of the house, whether you're a woman or a man, whatever the case, it doesn't matter gender, but it's just that wise masculine person that's in everybody's lives that they can look up to, right? So, with that also said, I just wanted to go behind these cards for a few, so to see what that entails. So, that entails, like I said, you investing into your skills and knowledge. Maybe this is the time to master your skills and take a course. Look at some YouTubes about the topic that you're focusing on. Maybe you could be, like I said, an artist and you're going into the business route. So maybe you need to start studying on business and viewing different videos based on that podcast as well as books, right? That's pertaining to that business, maybe Audible if you don't feel like reading a book, things of that nature, or taking like these free courses that they have, like in I thought I've seen Harvard Business School in my email, but it was like a quick glimpse, and then I went because I had to actually study for something else. But yeah, maybe Harvard Business School you're looking at, or maybe you're pertaining your degree at this time, or going back to school to get your master's, right? So it all these investments is going to return in your favor to become this emperor and have your substantial business and get that long-term stability back. But this time it's going to be filled with emotional fulfillment and satisfaction, right? When you do this, you are also avoiding a tower. So, avoiding a tower means basically you're avoiding anything that's catastrophic, from basically your wealth going from $1 million to negative 800,000, whatever, right? You're avoiding that loss of wealth, loss of emotions, loss of, different people in your life that's, still good for you. So it's like you're avoiding all the chaos that comes with all this drama, toxicity, and being stagnant. You're releasing this energy by investing on what's important to you. Also, look into your spirit guides. That's your spirit guides here, right? Whether you talk to God, you have certain angels, spirit guides, ancestors. It's time to dig deep with your spiritual community and you know ask them for help, right? um or just pray that to give you the strength to continue to be focused, and when you're going to school or whatever, focusing on these things, studying these things, right? Anything else? Yeah, and then after that you'll be renewed like a new person. It's like a moment of vulnerability without feeling like you're vulnerable, right? It's shutting all of this old skin of past resentment and emotional loss and stability and loss, and you feel refreshed and renewed, and you'll be able to pour into others, okay? So that should be about it. Yeah, it's letting go of attachments as well and negative things that's not good for you. So let me just see what is your outcome to end this reading, Libra. But I'll keep these. No, we'll put it away. We're done with that, right? We already figured that out. So let's see what is your outcome when it comes to what you need to know at this time. And these cards are really good for the artists as well, social media influencers, people that do unconventional type of work. Okay, so that's probably you at this time. So let's see. Ooh. They're kind of hard to shuffle, as you can see, but we're going to shuffle it. So let me get the lasting advice for Libra. One more shuffle. Lasting advice for Libra at this time. Ooh, that one was dancing. You probably tap dance. Somebody knows how to tap dance here. Okay. Ooh, somebody getting some payback. I hope you're on the good side of karma. But you guys are Libras, right? I think you guys deal with justice and stuff. So since this one wanted to come out, we're gonna have it as the source of energy, the lasting energy of the spread, which is boundaries. Okay. It says saying no firmly, protecting your peace, setting limits clearly. Enough is enough. Okay. So at the end of the day, you need to uphold your boundaries. That's why I was saying earlier, like basically, it looks like a lot of people are like pulling you into different directions. This is making you confused, making you have a lot of drama, being in everybody else's perspectives and opinions, and you're not listening to yourself, which leads you at a dead end. Okay. So put down some boundaries. Okay. Ooh, I hope somebody's not getting slapped right now. That's what I heard. That's what I seen when I saw this card. Okay. It's like, yeah. So I would say slap the negativity away, Libra. Okay. I was about to say Pisces. That's crazy. I don't know why I just heard that. So let's see. You could be dealing with a Pisces as well. Okay. So last advice. All people are not good people. You have some two-faced people surrounding you, so have some discernment. That's why I say you need to talk to God. You need to talk to the universe, whatever you believe in. Listen to your angels, listen to your ancestors, listen to self. Whatever you believe in, have some discernment when it comes to talking to being around other people, because not everybody is your friend at this time. Okay. And it says plastic smiles, fake kindness, forced friendliness, hidden resentment behind smiles, friends in name only. So yeah, it could be a male, it could be a feminine energy, a masculine energy, right? It could be someone that's, don't have a gender, like in a sense, right? But it's giving like, I don't know. It's just giving somebody is just only around you because they heard so many good things about you. They probably heard of your wealth. They're probably giving you false promises as well, just trying to get a piece of that spotlight. Okay. So you need to see a person when they're down and out as well as when they're up. See how they react in both situations, right? Look at situations when you knew they were down, situations when you knew they were up. Same with you. When you were down, was this person around? When you was up, was they around consistently? Let's see what it is, right? So it says, says one thing, does another, betrayal behind kindness, pretends loyalty, trust carefully, right? And even so, with that, once you have discernment, there's payback, right? Literally, you could be getting a payback from somebody that owed you money, right? Karma's probably hitting somebody's behind. So it says consequences returning. Karma cycle, what goes around comes around. Don't say that, but you know what it is. It says time to settle accounts. Okay. So you could be getting some type of payback, even from like a lawsuit or a settlement or like stuff like that. Your job sending you an extra paycheck because they have the calculations wrong. So start looking into those type of systems where you can get some type of money being resolved and sent back to you. Okay. But this can be, like I said, also somebody could be these negative influences having some type of payback, some type of karma they have to pay, and I'm hearing literally have to pay you money. Okay. More with finances, right? And so now going through all of these things, you will learn your lesson. You probably look like this person here too, all right? Or dealing with somebody that looks like this. But this is giving you the biggest life lesson right now when it comes to your stability, friends, emotions, family, lovers, right? People that's not good for you, knowing that envy and jealousy does exist, knowing that justice will always be served, right? And so, whether it's you or the other person, and it says wisdom gained, completing cycles, growth through experience. I'm wiser now. So, you're learning a lot from all of these lessons and hardships that you had to go through, but it was necessary, right? Now, you got to just dust yourself off and pick yourself up and keep pushing forward and keep defending yourself. You might be a little exhausted, but keep going. You're almost there. All right. Now, we have this rebound. Okay. Be careful with going back to temporary happiness within people because, like I said, you have all of these two-faced people around you. While they might feel good for the moment, they might not be the best thing for you in long term. Does this person that you're trying to get some type of happiness from or some type of quick fulfillment from, are they a part of your plan? Right? Are you the same person that you were back then dealing with them now? Or have you completely changed? And if so, do this person measures up to that, right? Or is it just you guys are so out of sync now? It's just, what was there before, it don't even matter anymore, right? Trying to make something from the past become a new again. This could be a love interest, but I'm also seeing this as friendships, maybe friendships that you used to hang around with, right? I'm hearing somebody sneaky link as well. So I'm going to explain the rest. We're going to go to the next video. Catch you. All right, Libra. So I'm back. Yeah, we're talking about your sneaky links. We're talking about your friends that's, no good for you from the past. We're talking about business partnerships that don't align no more. None of these people align with you anymore. So it's like, why are you going back towards them, right? Now, karma can work, you know, in different ways, right? You could be avoiding a certain spiritual judgment by not being around these people anymore, right? They don't align, and be able to go to your next level up, right? You'll be able to go through this. But if you keep being around people from the past, that's just only rebound energy, which is temporary comfort, avoiding loneliness, quick replacement, just to forget, is going to bite you in the back. I really want to say, you know what I want to say, but I can't curse because I will not be getting no money from it. So, same thing. You will not be getting no money if you keep returning to your old ways and your old past and being around these fake, phony people, regardless of what the type of relationship it is, right? These are people that are no longer aligned with your emperor energy, right? These are just peasants, sorry to say. Because it could be your mama too, I'm hearing, but I digress. So, yeah, you need to really look within, do the shadow work, meaning that you need to look inside yourself, look at those repressed traumas, look at those. I'm hearing you got trauma from dealing with these people or were in traumatic situations when you were around these people. And like I said, these people probably don't resonate with you no longer. So, you have to really look within to seek all of these things. Why are you, why is it tempting, right? Why are you being attracted to this at this time? Why is it like, I don't know, it's like some type of temptation for you. And I can't get the word right, but it's just like basically you have an appetite for disaster when you're literally right there about to get your justice served, in a sense of you being on the good part of the scale, right? You don't want to be at the bottom of the scale with the rest of them. You want to rise above and rise against it, because not everybody's going to be able to rise with you to the top. That's why you in that emperor energy. Sometimes the emperor is a lonely man, or if the empress came out, that's a different story. But we're specifically talking about you and your karma and the things that you need to get payback from. But if you keep being around this lingering energy, I'm repeating myself over and over at this point, that's going to bite you in the behind, and that's it. You're not going to get no payback. So you have to have boundaries. Even though it may be fun, tempting, there's going to be a point in your life and you're going to realize, even if you don't learn this lesson now, there's going to be a point where you realize none of this is for me no more. I have to move forward. I have to level up. So make sure you learned your boundaries. Okay, let me see what's on the shadow side of this deck. You're gonna have to start ghosting people. You may not like it, but it is what it is. Okay. It says sudden disappearance without explanation, left hanging, seen but ignored, abrupt silence. You're gonna have to let some of these people go and hold up your boundaries. Okay. So that's what I got for you, Libra. I will see you when I see you. I know I haven't been consistent, but I am back now. So we'll see how this goes. And I wish you the best. Like I said, meditate, pause, stay out of the drama, the conflict, be to yourself and see what's the answers for you. Also, happy Black History Month. You feel me? I got my little cute pin here. And if you want a personal reading, you can see that in the link. If you want to follow my YouTube or any other socials, that'll be in my link as well. And I will see you guys next time. Good luck.